Kossan Rubber Industries posted record quarterly earnings of 1.04 billion ringgit for the first quarter of FY21 as demand for gloves continues to drive average selling prices higher. The profit is 16 times the 64.8 million ringgit it recorded in the corresponding quarter a year ago. Earnings per share for the first quarter of FY21 jumped to 40.76 sen compared to 2.53 sen for the first quarter of FY20. Meanwhile, revenue soared more than 3 times to 2.19 billion ringgit from 611.57 million a year before. On a quarter-on-quarter basis, the first quarter FY21 net profit almost doubled from 543.82 million ringgit in the fourth quarter of FY20 as revenue jumped 67.7% from 1.31 billion ringgit. Kossan declared a first interim dividend of 12 cents per share. Post-pandemic, it said the demand for gloves will continue to undergo structural growth, though average selling prices are seen moderating as the demand-supply imbalance eases. Kossan said it is confident that FY 2021 will be an exceptional year for the group. Petronas Gas says the development of its 541.07 million ringgit 42-kilometre gas pipeline project, which will supply gas to the proposed Pulau Indah power plant in Selangor, is progressing as scheduled. This is based on work done so far involving the engineering portion and land acquisition for the pipeline. Petgas Managing Director and CEO Abdul Aziz Othman said during a press conference today the company had on March 31st awarded the pipeline's engineering, procurement, construction and commissioning contract. He said the pipeline is designed for a bigger capacity than required by the power plant, and should there be any demand along the pipeline, the company can easily add spur lines towards Klang. The pipeline is slated to come on stream by early 2023. It is primarily meant to cater to the proposed 1,200 megawatt Pulau Indah power plant, which is expected to require approximately 137 million standard cubic feet of gas per day. Once completed, the plant will be connected to the national grid to support the increasing power demand in the Klang Valley, which accounts for 43% of total electricity demand in Peninsular Malaysia. It is expected to commence commercial operation on January 1st, 2024. GenM Malaysia has confirmed the debt listing of GenM Capital Labuan on the Singapore Exchange. It has priced its offering of $1 billion, about 4.12 billion ringgit, aggregate principal amount of 3.882% senior unsecured notes due 2031. Both Standard & Poor's Ratings Services and Fitch Ratings have assigned a BBB rating to the notes. In a filing with Bersama Malaysia last week, the group announced that net proceeds from this offering will be used by the company and/or its subsidiaries to refinance existing borrowings and for capital, including investment and working capital requirements. The notes will be fully and unconditionally guaranteed by the group and are listed but not quoted for trading on Bursa under the exempt regime. Over at parent company Genting, the news is that Resorts World Las Vegas in the US will officially open its doors on June 24th this year. It said the property will feature, among others, 3,500 guest rooms and suites, a gaming floor, and a 5,000 capacity theatre, and will integrate 3 of Hilton's premium brands into its resort campus. Technology company Censof Holdings, which has been named as a partner of Microsoft under the Bersama Malaysia initiative, saw its share price surge to a 5-year high in active morning trade today. The stock had soared 34% of 13 sen to 51 sen. It ended trading at 48 sen for a market value of about 260 million ringgit. The stock has climbed 78% year-to-date from when it was trading at 27 cents apiece on December 31st last year. Yesterday, Microsoft said it will partner with Censof, Silver Lake Group and WebBytes to accelerate the digital transformation of the nation's key industries. Censof had earlier this month said it completed the acquisition of a 30.87% equity stake in Asian business Software Solutions, which develops and supplies financial management and accounting software for small and medium enterprises. After the completion of the acquisition, the group's stake in Asia business increased to 89.07% from 58.2% previously. Transocean Holdings, whose shares hit limit up again today, received an unusual market activity query from Bersama Malaysia over the sharp rise in its share price and trading volume recently. The stock closed 45 cent or 29.4% higher at RM1.98 today for a market capitalization of 81.18 million ringgit. Trading volume totaled 878,700 shares. Bursa, in its query, asked the logistics group whether there is any corporate development relating to its business and affairs that has not been previously announced. The regulator also asked whether there was any rumor or report concerning the business and affairs of the group that may account for the trading activity, or if the group was aware of any other possible explanation to account for the trading activity. In response, Transocean said it is unaware of any reasons that could account for the spike today. Last Wednesday, Bursa imposed a freeze on the upper limit of Transocean's share price at RM1.53 after the stock hit limit up for 2 straight trading days. Transocean has been on a steep climb after its announcement on its offer to buy a 40% stake in software engineering company Censof Solutions. Last Thursday, Transocean proposed a share placement to fund the capital expenditure of its logistics service segment. The following day, it proposed a second share placement to raise funds for upgrading the logistics segment's information technology infrastructure and system.